2026 Pigeon Forge Rod Run coming back to you for the second of 3 true unveils we are going to hold from the LeConte Center this morning. We just got done unveiling Stephen Braden's 68 Camaro. If you've not seen that video, go back and check that one out. I'm heading down to Dustin Faust. He's got a Chevelle or a Malibu that he wants to show us. I thought I'd swing by John's GTD Mustang. One day I'll get a feature on that car. We have been working. He's had it about 3 months. He's got 300 miles on it, and I've just not been able to get set down. So one day, it's a modern car, so there's a lot out on it, but I still want to shoot it. Angelo Vallespi's GNX, built by Dutch boys. Man, this car is cool in pictures, but you got to come see it in real life. The amount of detail and just the thought process that went to making everything work and fit, just absolutely beautiful. Still roaming down here. See if we can find. Again, we got some celebrity. Chris Jacobs is here. Constance Nunes is here. And Bo Duke is here with a General Lee. So not only can you get a picture with yourself with Bo Duke, but you can also get a picture with the General Lee. Let me go find Dustin Faust. How are you, brother?
Good, Scotty.
Man,
how about you?
I am outstanding, man. I think we're going to have a great event.
Absolutely. Beautiful weather this year. It's gorgeous outside and always nice inside.
And Classic Restorations is back with a new build.
That's right. Fresh off the press, as they say.
Right on. So, nicer than new.
That's right. Better than new. That's the way it should be, right?
That's right. When it's sent to you, it should be. That's right.
That's right.
Tell me a little bit about it.
So it's a 1970 Chevelle Malibu convertible. The owner, Kevin Knight, out of Louisville, Kentucky, bought the car when he was a senior in high school. He's the second owner of the car. Bought it in the fall of 1978.
Wow.
Drove the car pretty much daily all the way until the late 80s. Then it got driven sporadically until his son actually drove it through high school in the late 90s. And then got to the point, it was a northern Indiana car, a lot of salt, a lot of winters, and it wore on it, and got to the point where it wasn't safe to drive. So they parked it, found the shop actually down in Hodgensville, Kentucky, that the car went to. Spent a little short time there. Unfortunately, the owner ended up retiring before the car was ever finished or they ever really got traction. That's when he found us, and then we went and picked it up out of the storage unit in Hodgensville, brought it back to the shop. It patiently waited its turn, and we got started on about 2 years ago. And it's all brand new Dynacorn body.
Oh, wow.
The body was in really bad shape, so we started fresh with the Dynacorn body. Had to wait several months to get that. It's a long boat ride, you know. But turned out really well. I mean, nobody will know the difference that it's not an original body. But
is there anything original to the car?
There is still the hood, and a couple other pieces are still original to the car. And you know, it was a Malibu when he bought it. He wanted to keep it a Malibu, so it's still got all the Malibu trim. It's got a flat hood on it. No cowl hood on this one. No SS stripes. None of that stuff.
Right.
So
no liberties at all.
Exactly.
Just take it back.
Exactly. So, but
you say this is a 1 year that has all this trim on it.
That's right. 70 was the only year that had the upper fender, door, and quarter trim on it. Typically, back in the day when they buy them, they get rid of that.
Right.
You know,
and it's customized as we fill it and clean it and all that.
Get rid of it. So we had to find the trim was there. It was in pretty good shape. We did have to find a piece of door trim, and I got lucky on eBay one afternoon and found a piece in great shape. But that was the only piece they had. So that worked out good. Was able to put the trim all back on it. Got all the rocker trim, stuff like that Malibu only had. Even the dash is a Malibu only, and they don't reproduce any of that.
No kidding.
You know, over the years, it had a custom stereo cut and put in it. We had to repair all that, but we were able to do that and put it all back to stock and make it look like it did from the factory. But it's got upgraded. It's got Dakota digital gauges. They're retro tech gauge set up in it. Got a full JL audio sound system with a retro sound head unit, power steering, power brakes, air conditioning. all the creature comforts.
Still the same engine?
No, actually, it's got a newer GM crate engine in it, just a 350. You want to keep it a small block, so we kind of, as you'll see, we kind of made it look like a 70 Z28 under the hood. So got the Z28 valve covers, air cleaner, stuff like that. Kind of got the factory feel. That's what we were after. Same thing with the wheels, forge line, rally wheels. Look just like the old school Corvette rallies. Even takes the original style cap, but it's a modern 3-piece all aluminum billet wheel.
Awesome.
That way it clears the big wildwood brakes behind it. So.
Awesome. Well, let's see it.
All right, here we go.
I'm excited. If you want a restoration, it's hard to find somebody better than Dustin to do it. He can take these things back to wow. Man, I love them wheels.
Yep, they are. They're nice. They, you know, when Forge Line unveiled them at SEMA, I guess it was right at 2 years ago. They looked right. The proportions are right. They
what size are they?
They're 18s, 18 by 8s and 18 by 10s in the rear.
So even though they are bigger, you're right. They look in proportion.
They look exactly in proportion. So.
Man, what color is that?
That is the original forest green.
Nice. So this is exactly what his looks like?
This is pretty much exactly what his looked like. It had rally wheels, black top, black interior. Now it does have a modern cloth top on it now.
Right.
And does, you know, luckily in 70 they actually put a glass back windshield in convertibles, which makes it nice. You don't have to deal with that plastic back windshield.
Until you forget to unzip it.
Well, this one it actually all tucks in. You don't have to unzip it.
Oh, you don't have to. Wow. Let's see under the hood.
Yeah.
Man, that's nice. You know, I say it all the time. I like the high-end customs, but if it's not for stuff like this, then you don't even understand or can appreciate what was custom. Man, that's clean. I knew it would be.
I like to keep things clean, simple, you know, kind of have a factory feel and look to it, but yet all modern, you know.
Yeah, you didn't even put a front runner system on it.
It does. No, it does have a front runner.
Okay.
Yeah, that's all the Holly set up. We just painted it up and detailed it up. It's actually got Holly Terminator, fuel injection and everything on it, all hidden up underneath the air cleaner.
Oh, no kidding.
Yep.
Wow.
So,
man.
All ride tech suspension, front and rear, coilovers, the whole works.
Man, what an awesome car.
Thank you.
You killed it again, Dustin.
Appreciate it.
Thanks for coming, brother.
I appreciate coming.
So there you go.
A whole lot.
The 70 Malibu. From the Pigeon Forge Ride Run Spring Edition Dirty Dozen, unveiling them this morning. We've done 2. We got 1 more to go. We got 1 coming from Big Oak. Of course, as always, you will see a full feature on this car at some point on ScottieDTV, maybe a week or 2, but it'll be out. I post those on Monday. So, again, please tune in, and I appreciate y'all showing up today. 2026 Pigeon Forge Ride Run ScottieDTV Dirty Dozen. Hope you all have enjoyed it. See ya.